It's April 20th, 2026. Give you a timestamp on this. I'm so excited. I've been talking a little bit about amino acids. I want to talk about a partner with that, and that is exosomes. So I'm going to do this is going to take 4 or 5 minutes. You need to pay attention, but this is going to be life-changing for you or a friend or family. I want to talk about stem cells. I know a little bit about stem cells. Now I think as much about stem cells as about anybody. So when I was 50, that's 20 years ago, I got stem cells taken from my iliac crest on the right side, a little off my love handle, got some fat, mixed it with blood, and they injected it into my left shoulder, which the day before I'd had a complete rotator cuff repair. And they also injected in my right knee, which at age 33, I had a medial meniscus, medial collateral, and an anterior cruciate stretch tear. And I had elected not to repair the ACL because I was still playing rugby then, and I was able to get it stable, doing hamstring work, so I didn't want to do a year rehab back then. Both those things were there. So just to tell you what is the typical in a rotator cuff surgery, you're in a sling like this for 5 weeks. And all you can do is take it out of the swing, and you're just going to swing your arm like this for 5 weeks. This is what the surgeon told me when I woke up out of surgery. This is what I'm going to be doing. I go, no way, man. I'm working, this was Wednesday, I'm working Monday. He just rolled his eyes. I said, I'm getting stem cells tomorrow, and this thing's going to heal like crazy. So I wore probably 10 days. I have to say I faked it a little bit because when I got on a plane, if I wore that, I could get on first. So I was traveling a lot then. But the reality is I did work Monday morning, and I saw 30, 40, 50 people. I was very busy in chiropractic practice then. And I had probably about 80% range of motion. Now, I still had to go to the gym, and I still had to do these 6 exercises, which I did religiously because that tendon had to get strong again. That was inserted. They tied it to some Teflon, drilled a hole in my humerus, and stuck it in there. So, but functionally, it was a game changer. And my knee was starting to swell. I'd had a little residual fluid on that. That was age 50. It's never done that again. I'm age 70 now. So it repaired a lot of damage in there. Now here's the deal. At 70, if you're aging like us or you have a big problem, there's not enough stem cells in your body to take care of it. So what they do is they take stem cells from umbilical cords from scheduled C-sections, babies, okay? And these women have been screened, make sure they don't have any hepatitis, they don't have any HIV, they don't have any chronic illness, and they then take those stem cells and they grow them in a lab vertically, and those cells duplicate. So if you're getting, and the significance of those stem cells is, you may be using a 5th generation, a 10th generation, on and on and on. Even in our own body, our cells don't always replicate perfectly, and we get rid of them. So the potential hazard with stem cells using someone else's stem cells is they have DNA. So potentially we could have a corrupt DNA introduced in our body, and that's why, unfortunately, sometimes there's some side effects with stem cells. However, what stem cells do is they produce something called exosomes. Listen in, this is the big deal. Exosomes, extracellular vesicles that carry protein, lipids, nucleic acids that contribute and change the behavior of cells. And so all cells produce exosomes, and that's how we communicate in our body. Even plant cells produce exosomes, but only stem cell exosomes have the ability to become any kind of tissue. That's the game changer. Now, I want to tell you one more thing. Not all exosomes are created equal. And we're going to show you, this will be on my website up in a few days, but this is a graph, a chart which basically is comparing the company we use, Chimera, against the other 5 top exosome producers in the world. These are the top 6 producers in the world. And basically, I'm not going to go into right detail right now, I might end there, but basically this graph shows that Chimera has 5,000 times more messenger RNA, microRNA, which this exosomes have to have to change things. And not only that, they're 5,000 times more bioactive than any other provider out there. So if you're doing exosomes, you want the best, okay? We provide the best. So we'll do more in detail with that, but you can look at this graph and we'll have a very detailed explanation under our savingyourbrain.com under resources.